Hey guys, it's Frank and Kevin from Cruising with Wheels.
And you know what, Frank?
What?
We get lots and lots of emails and messages all about packing.
Oh, we do.
But do you know what the second thing that we get a ton of questions on?
What?
It's all about organization.
Ah.
So today we have a very special Cruising with Wheels episode, and it's the top 10 tips
Of an organized cabin.
So as always, we have no particular order as to why these are the top 10 tips.
But they are.
But they are, so get over it. But we're gonna start out with one of our firsts, which is...
It's a biggie, really.
Yeah, it really is a biggie. It's be kind to your cabin steward and keep your junk off the floor.
Don't look like you're from a family of hoarders.
Right. Although this is your home away from home, just be a little mindful. You know, your cabin steward is coming in and out of your cabin at least probably 3 times a day, I'd say. At least 2.
Right. Oh, and don't forget if you get any special deliveries.
Right.
Like special gifts,
Right.
you get that little knock on the door, and it's somebody delivering a tray of chocolate-covered strawberries, a bottle of wine, or whatever. Can you imagine you're opening your door and they're like, here, hello, I'm here to give you, oh my God.
And you
did a bomb go off in here?
And you got your dirty underwear on the floor.
And it's stuff thrown over chairs.
Your bra's hanging from the light. Whatever it may
Yeah. Ooh, embarrassing.
be. So we always like to keep our cabin what we call company ready.
Yes, company ready. I mean, let's have a little modicum of, you know, decency, self-awareness, and others.
So what's next on our list?
Well, the next one on our list is keeping your souvenirs that you buy safe and wrapped up and ready to travel home.
Now that'll help you, right?
Yeah.
It'll help you in the long run if they're ready to pack.
I know.
Right?
Because, you know, I know everybody wants to get back on the ship, go to your cabin, and go, oh, I want to see what we bought. It's so pretty. And you're like ripping it open. And
I'm an offender of that.
Looking pretty.
Right? I'm an offender because we collect Christmas ornaments.
Yes. So,
and I want to rip them
I wanna
apart and maybe show him because maybe he couldn't get off the ship that day.
So, but, you know, what I usually do is I make sure that I keep everything all wrapped up. And of course, in our little travel container, we have our little purple bag. In our office supplies, I have tape. I have Scotch tape. So inevitably, I can always rewrap after Kevin has unwrapped and taped it up and keep it in the original bag. And usually, I have we bring with us an expandable tote bag that ends up, when we pack it to go on the cruise, this big. But after all our purchases are done and we're leaving the ship, it's this big, and that's what I take on the plane. It's like, you know, my bag of golden eggs that never leaves me while we, you know, check everything else. So yeah, and also I have a sheet that I call my customs purchase sheet.
Now that can be found on our Facebook page in the photo section under travel forms, worksheets, something like that.
Not all your cruises will require a customs declaration form.
Well, a lot of them will.
Well,
because
the last time we were on, you know, I'm keeping track and didn't need it.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
We didn't need it? Oh, wow.
And even the one prior to that.
Because I know every cruise we get the customs form, but I never. That's your thing.
Right, because that's me. I usually fill it out. But again, I open up my travel binder, and right there in front, when we get back on the ship, I record, you know, in St. Thomas.
They can't see you fake writing.
Yeah, well, I'm pretending I'm fake writing. Two ornaments, you know, one at $9.99, one at $8.99, and I'm kind of keeping track. As much for me as the record keeper of the group, the archivist, and as well as should we need to fill out that, customs declaration form, I'm not ripping open and trying to find the item in a price tag or trying to
It's already done.
trying to locate a receipt, which I'm sure I have already filed in an envelope. It's right there. So yeah, it's keeping your purchases organized.
So the next tip that we would have about keeping your cabin organized is keep your luggage under your bed or in a closet. And what I suggest is if you're going and you say have a 30 inch, a 24 inch, 21 inch, you nest them all together.
Absolutely.
The more compact you can keep things, the better it is.
Right.
So just shove that luggage away.
That's right. Most of the luggage you purchase today are nestable. Soft-sided. The tote goes in the 21, goes in the 24, goes into the 30. Nest them all like little Russian dolls.
Didn't I just say that?
I know, and shove their little chubby little butts under the bed if you can.
Right.
In some instances, if you can't,
Then we put them in the closet.
right, we lay them down in the closet.
Now the next is Frank's area.
Again.
I happen to be help him in this area by putting it all together, I guess. But he keeps track of everything once it's all put together.
That is right.
Because
And
I have to
again,
input some things,
yes,
right?
yeah, you're doing a lot of computer inputting, and again, it takes us back to the organizational binder, because
Right.
that contains everything that we need and you will need, which is so many things that we create on our computer. So it's a whole travel cruise itinerary list that has everything, that has on it at a glance everything you're going to need, which is the minute you leave the house, your airport flight numbers, the time out, the time in, and,
Your receipts,
Yes.
your reservations
Absolutely.
for dinner, your reservations for the show.
Yes.
All that
all
stuff.
the airline stuff, the cruise stuff, your legal documents.
So we say
Yeah.
keep that binder handy and out. Usually we have an area on our desk where
Right.
we stage the binder. And speaking of organized and paperwork, that brings us to the next tip, which is when you pack, make sure you bring some large manila envelopes
That's right.
for all your paperwork. Now, if you're like us, the paperwork would be what, Frank?
Well, come on, we collect everything, or as Kevin would say, oh my God, you're like a 90-year-old lady. Do you ever throw anything away? Well, no, I don't. But yeah, we will keep all the daily ship newsletters.
And that is a good thing to do in case you're planning your next
Yes.
vacation. And it will give you a good idea of what the possible schedule will be. This came up in a conversation recently. Someone that we're cruising with is interested in finding out what the activities are, what times they are, where they're going to be held at. And I kind of said, you never know, but when you look at that daily newsletter from a previous cruise, it'll give you kind of an idea.
Right. And then, of course, you have all the other stuff, not only your daily ship's newsletter, but all the receipts. Now, whether you're buying drinks, souvenirs in the gift shops, you're getting all these memos from your room steward that they're dropping them off.
They're all kind of souvenirs.
Invitations for art auctions, cocktail parties, gifts that maybe your family or friends have given you onboard credit, and there's the paperwork. I'm a firm believer, as I know Kevin agrees with me, in keeping history. Okay, so that when we get home, we keep everything, and all of our travels are kept in those manila
We have
envelopes
boxes and boxes.
and file boxes. So when he says to me, gosh, I'm looking for airline reservations because we're flying out again out of New York City. How much did we pay for that last flight from Rochester to New York City? And I'll go, hold on, let's go check the file box. Boom, pull it out. Yep, this is what we paid. So when you're looking for that next cruise, you've got some information to look back on.
What's the next thing on our list?
Well, the next thing are those famous little purple e-bags that we now have started to use.
Now, you don't necessarily have to
Right, just-
use e-bags, and you don't necessarily
Right.
have to use the packing cubes, because that's what we're
Right,
talking
right.
about.
We have used a variety of organizational
Right.
tools from one cruise to the next.
And
so,
we found out that our best fit is to do the packing
Yeah.
cubes. We've labeled them. They each have a specific function.
Right.
So if you haven't seen, we use the snack bags. Frank's snack bag
Right.
is in a purple purple packet.
I
a purple
personally
bag.
carry that one.
And that link, if you're interested, will be above. We also have one.
Like a first aid
Yep,
kit.
Delineate's first aid.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Get out of my head.
First aid kit. And then, of course, as I mentioned before, kind of office supplies, which is, some Scotch tape, pens, Post-it notes, 3x5 cards, and an assortment of things that are part of our packing list. And again, the good thing about that is that we don't unzip that e-bag, open it up, and lay it all around or whatever. We just take the
Right.
bag and put it on a shelf. And if we need anything, we just open the little closet cupboard, take it out. So when you're ready to repack,
It's very easy, but what I was going to say is I love having our socks and underwear already rolled and packed
Yeah.
in a packing cube, because then I don't have to unpack. Say we're going on a 12-day cruise. I don't have to unpack 12 pairs of underwear and 12 socks for each of us. I just pick up the cube,
Right.
set it in the drawer.
right. So
Done.
you really kind of are cutting that unpacking time and repacking by just taking the cube and setting it in a drawer or on a shelf.
And speaking of drawers, I know this isn't on our list, but
Oh.
I think it's a good tip for everybody.
Just a bonus.
Yes, it's a bonus tip. So in your cabin, very often there's 4 to 6 drawers that
yeah.
you can use. Delineate one drawer per person. That's what
Oh,
Frank
yeah.
and I do.
Yep.
So he has his drawer and I have my drawer, and we're responsible for keeping that drawer organized. But it'll help
Right.
with unpacking and keeping things separate. Remember, small quarters. So
Yeah, that is so true. And going to the next one, it's the other part of one of the organizational tools that we used to use, and I know a lot of people use it, and that is the hanging shoe organizer on the door.
Right.
And as you can see, it fits a lot of stuff.
now we bought ours, I believe, from Target or Walmart,
Right.
one of the two places. And I'll tell you what we did, because didn't we end up cutting off?
Snippety, snippety, snip.
Yeah, we cut off, and I think vertically we cut one row.
No, we
off.
did not.
Or the bottom?
No, it was I cut 2
I couldn't
rows
remember
off.
which one we cut.
2 rows off the bottom because we really didn't need all of that. And again, from cruise to cruise, we whittle down what we need and what we don't need.
We decided that for us, it's
Right.
not a requirement any longer,
Right.
and we stopped bringing it. But some people, especially for those that have children, will love this organizational tip.
Yes.
Because you can label each pocket, and everything has a place.
Right.
And it's a great grab and go.
It is, and that's the best part of it. It's at a glance, at a grab. And it's not out of sight, out of mind. So at this point in our cruising life, we're okay with out of sight in a drawer in a cube. But for those of you that want to see that hanging on the door, it's not on a shelf, it's really not taking up any room, and you want to see everything and go, oh yeah, over there, second row, third from the left, grab whatever.
Right.
It's perfect.
Now, if you didn't like my bonus tip of each person having a drawer, then the next tip is for you. And that would be assign closet areas and drawers to items.
Right. Just like Kevin said, there's like 4 to 6, at least, I've never seen anything less than that, of drawers. And then you get all the other cubby shelves, and then the main closet door with all the hanging stuff. So, yeah, we sort out who gets what drawer, where the socks go and the underwear go. And, we're not hanging our shorts. Our shorts are folded. We're hanging an assortment of shirts and pants. And what can't be hung, because maybe there's not enough hangers, and, a lot of times there aren't, we keep those shirts and things folded in a drawer. But as we use our clothing, and that hanger becomes empty.
Then we recycle.
That's right. We open the drawer, we grab a new outfit, we hang that up, let the wrinkles.
Let's give them another bonus tip.
No! Bonuses!
So people are going to say, because we always like to be crisp and ironed, that, oh my God, you just went through all that and ironed and put it in a drawer. But the bonus tip would be...
Gently folded.
The bonus tip would be to gently fold it. But also, once you've cycled and hung that piece up, in the morning, you bring it into the bathroom with you so the steam can...
Yeah.
Knock those wrinkles right out.
Shake those wrinkles right out.
We've never had an issue.
Right.
Now let's get to another tip, which is on our list, which is to designate an area for your dirty laundry. Now, I have another bonus little tip to this, which could be, I know, I keep thinking of these bonus tips as we're doing this, but
we're going to charge you for it.
Some people will, if you're going on a 12-day cruise or 14-day cruise, they will take 14, 15 outfits, or even more. Well, what we found is that we can wear our shorts or pants multiple times, so that cuts down, and you would need to designate an area where you can put those clothes that you're going to reuse. But definitely designate that dirty clothes area.
Now, we always take with us a white plastic trash bag, a good size, like a tall kitchen trash bag. It's all folded up, and it goes in my little office supply e-bag. It ends up being this big, and I predominantly use that for the dirty socks and underwear. And then generally we open up one of the cupboards, the shelves, and on the bottom shelf, as we at night get rid of our dirty t-shirts and shirts, we quickly give that a fold, and that we just set the dirty stuff on the shelf. But the socks and underwear.
You might need that.
Yeah.
You might need that.
Depending on how many clothes you're bringing.
And there have been times where maybe you have spilled something on yourself, or maybe I, brushed up against something and I got a shirt dirty. But remember, we pack in layers, so we have a t-shirt and then an outer shirt. So we could reuse one of those outer shirts that are semi-clean.
Well, yeah, can you imagine if I usually wear a nice, pretty mint-colored t-shirt under this one, and if I'm at lunch and I'm spilling, maybe chocolate sauce for a sundae or something on my t-shirt, well, that t-shirt can easily come off, and I can keep this on and just button it up without it. So the whole outfit isn't ruined.
Right.
And if I get warm, again, I can take this off and just be in my t-shirt. So the layering serves a multiple amount of purposes.
And this brings us to the biggest tip for keeping your cabin organized, which is don't overpack.
Oh, Lord.
Limit yourself to a certain amount of clothes and shoes. This isn't the fashion show.
Well, for some people it is.
I mean, really, for some people it is.
The Love Boat.
You're not going to see these people again.
So true.
That's what I keep thinking is like,
Who are we trying to impress? We will never see these people again.
So, I mean, I know with us, we've cut out formal wear. Yeah. We've really limited our clothing selection.
Right.
And the ways you can get around not overpacking is by choosing a color palette. Right, Frank?
That's right.
So Frank has a color palette that he goes within normally, which is, what do you do? The tans,
well, my
the
shorts and my pants are usually white, tan, navy.
And I'm navy, white, and teal.
Right.
Or the seafoam color.
So, and again, before we leave, I want
to make sure that everything goes with those base pieces.
Right.
So that if you spill something, you can steal from.
Absolutely, mix and match. But I have a clothing inventory. I know exactly how many t-shirts, how many shirts, how many shorts, how many pants, socks, underwear, this, that, and whatever are in those suitcases. And then when we get home, I'm like, didn't wear this, didn't wear that, you didn't use this, we didn't need that. And again, the next cruise, it gets whittled down.
We actually encourage you to do this. I get a lot of messages asking us for our list, but it's very difficult because our list is not going to be your list.
Not at all.
What's important to us might not be important to you. I know I don't wear sundresses, right?
Well,
I mean, it's two guys that are going on this
we
cruise,
talked
let's face it.
we talked about the fact that we limit ourselves to 2 pairs of shoes, meaning I have 2 pairs, he has 2 pairs. One of those
One is we're wearing, right?
Right, one pair is on my feet and the other pair is packed. And the comments were, "Oh my gosh, I couldn't function with anything less than 4 to 6 pairs, and I need my heels and my sandals and sneakers and this," and like, gosh, you're bringing a whole shoe store with you.
Well, and I think that when we talk about shoes in regards to us, we never mention that I bring flip-flops.
Right.
So technically that could be perceived as I bring 3 pairs, right?
I mean, your flip-flops are very
But they're very
wafer
thin and wafer thin
weigh
and-
nothing.
Yeah.
So you have your sneakers, then you kind of have a dressy,
dressy.
casual leather
Yeah.
shoe. Flip-flops, I don't even count. And I, of course, am going to have my super duper Yes We Vibe funky sneakers. One I'll be wearing and one will be packed. So it all comes with experience, traveling, cruising, whatever, as you figure out what you need and what you really don't.
So as always, we want to let you know that we're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and Snapchat. And always,
Travel safe.
and cruise often.